crazy news. This week they announced E3 canceled for 2020.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of the coronavirus, which a lot of people were kind of speculating. I mean, I'm a little bit always in the camp of like, I don't think it'll be that bad. I think it'll be all right. And then when GDC went down, it's like, okay, time to reevaluate here. But it's like, well, that's June, and people say it's going to get a little bit better in the warmer months, so maybe it won't be that bad. But no, they're taking the safe route.
Yeah, which I think is partially like Los Angeles is like
I think they declared like a state of emergency,
stuff, right? Because that's what happened with
Yeah.
South by Southwest. Is like it wasn't them, it was Austin saying like, no, you guys can't do this. you know?
Yeah. E3 is an extraordinarily international event as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah.
you're getting, especially, Japan. It was been one of the hottest spots. And
Yeah.
obviously there's a ton of attendees from Japan, Asia.
I mean, it's not a bad call. I
No,
mean,
it's
just the
not a
way
bad
things
call.
are going, but it's surprising and crazy.
It's just that weird thing of
I mean, literally everyone gets sick after E3
anyway
on a normal
good
year.
point.
I mean,
that's
literally. Like everyone's like just fighting the flu after E3. So, I mean, if history's an indicator, probably not great.
just stop meeting up. Yeah, but it's that weird thing just when this year E3's been struggling. I mean, the last couple of years it's been struggling. I mean, ever since you left the industry, it's been struggling, realistically.
Yeah,
You took it
I
with
think
you.
that, I killed it.
What you're talking about of how it is kind of good timing for them if they were already sweating, but I think that also makes it bad for them in terms of public perception of what is going on with E3, because it feels like for the last couple of years people have been saying, hey, the ESA has to figure out what they're doing and they have to come back and get everybody to support it again and make this into get everything back on track. And for it to be completely derailed now, who knows what's going to happen next year.
So here's what they say. So they had a statement saying, hey, they started the statement with, hey, no. After careful consultation with our member
guys.
companies regarding the health and safety of everyone in their industry, our fans, our employees, our exhibitors, and our longtime E3 partners, we've made the difficult decision to cancel E3 2020 scheduled for June 9th through 11th in LA. They also say they're looking to coordinate an online experience to showcase industry announcement and news in 2020. But that's that weird thing where it's like, I know people are like, well, what do you need E3 for? But especially when it comes to, oh yeah, we should still let the ESA handle our online announcements. Like every company can just be like,
Yeah,
we're
it makes no
fine. We're
sense.
streaming it on our own.
Yeah, we're doing it ourselves now.
Do you think that there will be an E3 2021? Or is this going to be the weird test case of everybody saying, hey, we can save a boatload of money and our message still gets out there during the big hot E3
Yeah.
week and this is going to be the end forever?
Go ahead. Go ahead, John.
No, I think that's highly dependent on how this year goes now.
Yeah.
If everybody's scrambling to put their own stuff out online, and if it does well for everyone, then yeah, why come back and pay them when the ESA doesn't know what they're doing with the show at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say right now, I think there will be 2021 show. I think there will be one.
I bet there won't be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I'm always on the conservative end of the stuff, I could see
Yeah, I
this
figured
just
you
being,
would be like on the. It just I don't know.
I think people are going to learn they just don't need it.
I mean, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 2014 was the last year I went. I felt like it was on its out legs in 2014,
Right.
like 6 years ago. I mean, I remember having a conversation with Guy Kroll there, just feeling like, man, this just feels like it's kind of winding down. I don't know. I mean, I think Nintendo Directs have really
Does all the heavy
proved
lifting,
that you don't need it. And I mean, and I'm going way back to like the heyday of E3 where the outlays of money were insane. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember Sony supposedly spent like they rented out the parking lot of Dodger Stadium and bussed everyone out to Dodger Stadium. I think they spent $5 million on a party one time. Oh, God. I mean, one year was they did it on the they used to do it at the Sony Sound Lot. It was freaking Outkast and P-Funk. You know what I'm saying? And free drinks for 5,000 people.
Oh
I saw
my
Kaz Rai dancing with Outkast on stage. I'm not joking.
amazing.
It was insane, dude. When the old parties were crazy, and it was you go around, there'd be full sushi bar,
Yeah.
full chicken satay. Get out of here! Come on, man! All over the place.
That's so
but,
wild.
yeah, I mean, they used to spend a lot, and I mean, I think the booths at the peak were $15-20 million operations.
I mean, they look like it. I mean, yeah.
for
just
the big PlayStation booths and the big EA booths when they used to just have those insane big halo of 20-foot screens or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
that was-
basically building 2-story structures indoors
with meeting rooms
Yeah,
and
it's crazy.
electricity.
Yeah.
And I used to people tell me you get charged by the convention center per outlet stuff like that.
Oh, really?
It's like super old school, like Teamster stuff. You know what I mean? Like you don't change a light bulb. Like a Teamster
Right.
comes change a light bulb for you. It's like, oh, by the way, that $100. Thank you. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's way more expensive even than you think.
Yeah.
With like, you know, you have to pay for electricity. You have to pay for blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Gotta get Outcast in there for some reason.
I don't know what else we can do. Yeah.
But,
they have to change the light bulbs.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, has Nintendo been harmed at all
No.
by not participating in the E3
Well,
press
not
conference?
having like the live
I mean, I know they
stage show.
they still stick with the booth, right?
And they have the best booth at E3
Yeah,
like the
they
last
do,
couple
yeah.
last couple years.
I mean, I
Like,
remember it was always just like it was like a horse race when the bell rang. And like people just like literally grown men like running at a full sprint towards the Nintendo booth, just like I gotta
see those
Paper
statues.
Mario.
Oh, that was Ben Hansen.
Yeah, I was pretty
It was,
excited back
yeah,
then. Yeah, but it's interesting. Like I remember there being
I
a
don't
little bit
know,
of like
man.
an anti-Nintendo Direct attitude of like, what is this? What is this stupid format? And it's like, yeah, no, they were smart and they got ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And usually that is not the Nintendo way, is to beat the industry at something.
I mean, it's consumer friendly. Like, I mean, that gets
Yeah.
the message out to more people, and it's exciting for more people. You know, like it's
Well,
it's less
smart.
uncomfortable.
And
Yeah.
just to throw another example, even prior to Nintendo or any of these people, Rockstar has not given a crap about E3 ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's
Ever.
selling- They have like some of the best selling games.
Well, yeah, the best selling.
entertainment.
They probably
period,
have
yeah.
like 5 of the best selling games console of all time or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, they haven't cared at all. Because I remember one year they got made. Like ESA put the full court press on 2K to like make Rockstar go, and they had Rockstar like tour buses, and they made like a wall around. Like they had their square grid like on the floor. They literally just made a solid wall of tour buses, and there was like a little like 10-foot area with like a velvet rope with like a bouncer, and the only way you could get in is like being on the list. So like they were at the show, but literally no one could see. And then you got game demos like in the tour buses. I saw like the Warriors game there.
Oh wow.
So they were just like F you to like, they was like, well, you're going to make us? Okay, fine. So literally like no showgoer could see unless you were like one of the like probably
Yeah.
150 journalists or whatever
Yeah.
on the list.
Microsoft, in terms of E3, this is what Phil Spencer tweeted. He says, hey, E3 is always, he said, hey, E3 has always been an
casual.
important,
Hey,
today.
hey Ben, what up?
hey,
What's up, guys?
Hey, at Yozetti, get a load of this. E3 has always been an important moment for Team Xbox. Given this decision with E3 this year, we'll celebrate the next generation of gaming with the Xbox community and all who love to play via an Xbox digital event. Details on timing and more in the coming weeks. And then the weird thing is, Jason Schreier over at Kotaku had this note saying, this year, a newcomer planned to enter the field at E3. Warner Brothers Games was preparing to host an E3 press conference for the first time ever. According to 3 people familiar with the publisher's plans, WB Games had planned to talk about a number of much-anticipated games, including a new Batman, the leaked Harry Potter game, and the next game from Rocksteady. It remains to be seen whether Warner Brothers will actually instead hold its own digital event or do something else entirely. Even in television, they were going to have. Oh yeah, I know you've been
In
gone for a while.
television.
In television's back. Tommy Tallarico is heading the ship over there.
New Earthworm Jim, I think, right?
Yeah, new Echo the Dolphin.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Let's run it back, man.
So anyways, they were also going to do a press conference. So, like, there's so many companies now. I can't wait to see how this works. Also, without like the ESA managing it, like, are they all going to talk to each other about like scheduling of these things, or are they just going to stick to their original schedule? How does this work?
Do they all have to be on top of each other? I mean, that's the other thing. It's like, is there any requirement that it happens in
May
June
or
9th or
June
whatever?
or- yeah,
like,
May or-
can't they all just do it whenever like they want at this point?
I
Like-
guess so, but if they already have like, I don't know, something with stores lined up for, okay, release the
Oh,
banner
sure,
at this
yeah.
time when we
Yeah.
reveal the next Rocksteady game.
But I mean,
so they wanna
retail
stick
is so
to-
much less important. I mean, I think that the timing of E3 generally was like, I mean, going years back. I mean, I think the show was an outgrowth of CES, Consumer Electronics Show. So a long time ago, I imagine it was more about retailers and like buyers,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like chain like buyers, like meeting with guys to see like, oh, this game looks cool. We're going to bring in like 20,000 copies or whatever. So that's kind of more irrelevant as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, but just without, I mean, I think Jason Schreier was tweeting about this too, but just it's weird without GDC and E3, just like a lot of those small meetups, a lot of indie devs making connections. Like it's just weird for that just to be lacking this year. I mean, that's going to have, it's an intangible thing, but just like the lack of chance encounters and lining things up. It's like, it
Yeah, soundtracks on indie games are going to suck for the next year.
could be.
yeah. But I feel like GDC was more that focused. than
right,
E3.
right.
That was more
But
the
still, I mean,
connections
it's
place.
wild. Like I'm still
Yeah.
going out there next week, but so many people have canceled their flights. Like, I don't know who else is going to be out there from the industry if there's any other.
But the show's not going on.
No,
right?
That's fully
no.
canceled.
But you're just going out for private meetings.
I mean, not even so much. It's like I booked the flight. And I was like, well, I don't know if I can get a
okay.
refund on
Before
that.
it was canceled. Yeah.
Right. And then also it's like I lined up to be a guest on some podcasts and some stuff out there. And it's like, okay, I guess I'll just stick with it and see what that's like out there. But I'm just expecting it to be like 28 days later once I get out to the streets of San Francisco. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Do you see how this whole thing rolled out for the E3 cancellation?
Yeah, I see your notes and I see what you're pointing at. Yeah.
It is, okay, so there's a lot.
So Futter was on top of it.
Yeah, Futter was tweeting about it.
Shout out.
Friend of the show, Mike Futter. There we go. Former coworker. But so then it seemed like one of the first concrete things was Devolver, of course, the edgy company last night. They said, hey, cancel your E3 flights and hotels, y'all.
That is funny. That was like the first kind of like.
Yeah, there's the y'all. They said, hey, come on, y'all, cancel your E3 flights.
Which is like they've always had sort of a conflicted relationship with the ESA and E3 to begin with anyway.
They've been in the parking lot out front.
So it's funny that they're the first ones to be like, hey, that show's canceled.
I can't remember if that were those guys God games or whatever. I feel like Devolver, like what some company, like I think it was some of those Devolver guys had like a Viking funeral for E3 out in Santa Monica one time.
Really?
I think it was in Santa Monica. They had like some coffin with E3 and they set it on fire and like.
Oh, I'm not
What?
familiar
Dude,
with
that
this
Santa
at all.
Monica year was wild, man. Like it was just like a weird.
That's an
they had
awesome
rented these,
thumbnail for this story.
They had rented
if
these
you
like bungalows out like by Santa Monica, and I can't remember what the deal was.
That's hilarious.
I don't know, man. Those are wild. It was wild back then.
But then the weirder story is Rami Ismail. He tweeted because apparently 4 days ago he said that somebody sent him this tweet saying that E3 was canceled. And yeah, it turns out it was like around March 5th or something. Hot Girls Videos, 18 plus only, the Twitter user, she tweeted, E3 is canceled due to concerns related to the coronavirus. I found out from a guy who pays me for private cam sessions.
Wow.
And then she says E3 2020, E3 canceled, and tag like Polygon Giant Bomb, Waypoint, like trying to get the message out there, and everyone's like, okay, cam girl. Which is like, yeah, no, she had the inside scoop for these cam sessions. It's just wild.
I wonder how that came up in that camp session.
Randy Pitchford strikes again. Wow.
Ah, the flash drive.
The greatest magic trick of all, the cancellation of E3.
You know, in fairness, though, you could just see other stuff being canceled, like big public events. Like I think South by Southwest was canceled by them, and just like throw a flyer out and just like
It's like, wait a second, all her tweets are just different events that are being canceled. No, but I love that detail of that. It was, if it's all to be believed, which frankly I do, like that.
Sure.
That it was like a client of hers was like telling her about this. Like, how did that come about?
You'll never believe this. If you enjoyed this clip from the MinnMax Show podcast, we think you'll like the full show too. You can find it by subscribing to MinnMax's YouTube channel or on your favorite podcast app. Any help spreading the word to keep our whole indie operation here running is appreciated. We're here for and because of the wonderful MinnMax community, so you're welcome to join.